Good morning, class. My name is Jacob Gray, and this is
Mikey Morris.
and today we're going to talk about what it takes to become a director of player development for an MLB team. First off, I'd like to talk about the job description and background. The experience you need is between 5 to 10 years, either playing, coaching, or being a scout of some sort. Next is location. There are multiple locations throughout the U.S., which consists of minor league teams and their affiliates, which are the coats of playing league. And next is the compensation, which is between $100,000 and $150,000. Now I'd like to discuss what a director of player development does. They assign, develop, and evaluate minor league players by teaching, training, guiding, and preparing them to become a major league player. Next, they manage rosters, which are the transactions such as trading, signing, and releasing of players. They schedule and plan all off-season events, such as the fall league, mini camps, and training camps. Next, it is crucial that a director of player development maintains an open relationship with their GM, because it pays off in the long haul. Because anytime you might need a favor or you might need to talk to them about something, it's good that you have an open relationship with that GM. Lastly, they travel to all minor league operations games to monitor and help improve certain players or prospects. Now I talk about the education. A college degree isn't necessary, because some former players who are drafted out of high school can become scouts, just because they already know the business side of the game. Now it would be just an easy transition for them to the business side. And lastly, is the internships. Any kind of front office experience can go a long way for a director of player development. And now I'd like to hand over to Mikey so that he can discuss, or he can go into more detail about the internships himself.
Thank you, Jacob. Before I get into the internships, I would like to discuss the skills required. First, director of player development needs to have good evaluation skills. They need to be able to see the strengths and weaknesses of a player. They also need to be able to teach and train. They have to be pretty much a formal coach themselves and understand what it takes to teach a player how to do a certain attribute for the game. They need to have patience and people skills, because development takes time. It's not just going to happen right then and there. They need to have dedication. The job is year round. It starts in spring training, goes through the whole season. Then you've got fall leagues and winter leagues, so it's non-stop. They have to be adaptable. They're not going to be in the same place for long periods of time. Like in spring training, they might be in Arizona. Then the season, they're going to be with the big club and its minor league affiliates, and then in the fall and winter leagues, they're going to be in Arizona and Florida again. Some foreign language skills would be nice, because not every player comes from the United States. So a director of player development and scout needs to know the language of the player that he's talking to. They also have to have the ability to negotiate. It's important to have a close relationship with your GM, because it comes down to the director of player development, who helps decide who gets traded, which prospects get traded, and why they get traded, and which prospects should get picked up. And they also just need to be tough and competitive in nature. Nobody wants to lose. And you want a player development that is training players to win and has the heart to win. There is no set path to becoming a director of player development. Most of them start off as a player or coach and then just work their way up through the ranks. For Jacob and I, our strengths are that we played baseball, so we understand the game. All it takes is just for us to understand the business side of the game. That is a weakness for us, is our lack of experience. But our internships that could help us both understand the business side of the game are For me personally, I could either go to the Burlington Royals or the Danville Braves, and are within 15 to 45 minutes of my house. And for him, he can go to the Gastonia Grizzlies, which is not far from his house. So that's something we can do close to home that will help us understand the business side of baseball. And overall, I've discussed the job description of a director of player development. We told you the education, the experience, and the skills required. I hope that you come away with a better understanding as we have. Thank you. Have a good day.